Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're live, and my gosh, that has been an absolute agony again this evening. We've had some super pulls down at Club Torture, massive interclub matches, and by all means, go out and check them out. It was live earlier, literally not long since got rid of all the guys. Thank you very much for coming. So, 4 people come and join me in the Zoom chat. I think Burgoyne's going to be nipping over shortly. Maybe that hippie with the longer hair, Matt Smith. Until then, I'm just going to absolutely diss. I'm actually going to diss the Canadian team and tell you a little bit about what's going on. While I'm on my own for a moment, though, hang on, I've just seen a right gutless bugger. Ad Burnett, turn the match down tonight, guys. Turn the match down against Jim Zoltpap. Absolutely disgrace. Wants to go and pull on that other promotion. For what is in the chat, Had to Peg, Fox 8 Ball. Don't know why we can't see you on here, buddy. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Dan Jean. Muscle Bike, the fat Chinese fella. Muscle Bike's in the house. Holly, come on, love. Enough is enough. We don't allow women in the chat. You know, do I have to keep going on about it? Get yourself away from the PC or the phone. Take yourself over to the kitchen. Stand in front of it. Put your hands in the washing up bowl and start to do James's pots. He's got to get big and strong for his match over in Canada against Pork Chop. Do as you're told. Once you've done that, you can have a cup of tea and then off to the bedroom. And that's where you go then, love. And you wait there until James allows you to come back downstairs after the show. So do as you're told. Marcus Thompson in the chat. Jim Liverpool had a big win tonight, did Jim? Ollie, why are you laughing, Ollie? Stop laughing at me, Ollie. Because I'm not joking. I mean every word. And the biggest, most male chauvinist pig of all time. So, come on. Yeah, so tonight has been some epic training pulls. Like I said, they're in there in the description. Unbelievable matches. Nick Dodd Gym was absolute war zone. We saw the returning Chris Rimmer. I mean, this kid used to have wrestle when he was 13, 14. He's like a 35-year-old man now. So good to see him back. James Beach put him to the sword quite comfortably. And he just proved and cemented himself. He's ready for Canada. Ted Wilson absolutely did the business on his opponent too. These guys are really getting ready in pink now. It's really exciting to see. James, mate, she's in Ireland. Oh gosh, she's not visiting Marcus, is she, James? Oh, she's not left you, has she? Probably seen somebody else. I don't know. I've heard stuff about them Scottish women, and it's not all good. So yeah. Devon's forearm is in the chat. He's listen, guys, just before we go any further, some people are saying that they can't make comments in the chat. That's probably because we banned you. So, Fox, I know you keep creating these accounts, but I keep banning them. So please stop. We don't want you in chat anymore. You're too vicious. You're too nasty. And from what I believe, you're picking and bullying Phil Woody, and we don't accept bullying. So yeah, so basically, until we're waiting for Evan to come on, and hopefully his hippie mate Matt Smith, he's working. Oh my gosh, Matt, come on, just jump on your phone and get on. All these Canadians gutless. Do we not have a Canadian who's got any bollocks about him apart from Devon Leratt? Uncle John's arm wrestling show. Are you brave enough to come and join me, Uncle John, and speak about your match with the Candyman? So all the matches are pretty much, well, all the matches are set. We've got a couple of special matches. I've been told not to mention it tonight, unfortunately. Marcus is holding me back. He's got me on the reins, and he's saying I can't let the matches go. But Mindaugas versus Pavlo did I say that? Yes, Pavlo, King of the Table star, East versus West star. AWC star. Yes, Pavlo will be pulling Mindaugas Dulskas in the international championship matchup. So yeah, I've thrown it out there. I've put it out there. He will be coming joining ArmGods on September the 30th, and we're really looking forward to hosting him. I mean, Douglas is super excited. I rung him up while he was on his holiday, and he said to me, "Paul, you know, I've had my humbling when I pulled Devon. This won't happen again. It's give me a good kick up the arse, and I really want to prove that I have the opportunity to become an elite arm wrestler, which is nice." Oh, hang on. Oh gosh, we Buffalo Bill's coming joining me. It's Matt Smith, aka Buffalo Bill. Put the lotion on the skin, or you'll get the again. Is that the Scorpion? Can you hear me, Matt? Right, okay. Speak a little bit, Matt.
How are you, Paul?
Yeah, I can hear you, bud. I can hear you. Now, you might have to talk a little bit louder. I know you're only a small man. So, you got it, but even small men can have big voices.
That's okay.
How you doing, buddy? You okay?
I'm not too bad. Just got home from work.
What is it you do?
I'm a sheet metal worker. I'm in the union by trade.
All right, cool.
Schools for about 20 years before I joined the trade.
You did what, sorry?
A shingle roofer.
What's that?
Roofing, doing shingle.
Oh, shingle. All right. Okay, we just call it roofing over here.
There's metal roofing, flat roofing, shingle roofing, many different kinds, right?
Right, listen, Matt, I'm not really interested in what you did for a living. What I am interested in is this. You've been putting it out, we have a WhatsApp group, and you've been putting it out there that Ted Wilson can't do you in. Well, I'm telling you now that Ted Wilson's going to absolutely destroy you. What are you saying?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I think it's going to be a good fight.
And what gives you that impression?
Pardon me?
What gives you that impression?
I have no quit. I'm in it to win it, buddy.
Listen, we're not having no Canadian who looks like an extra out of AC/DC or whatever you want to come and call them nowadays. We're not having you coming beating our man Ted Wilson, 19 times British champion, former third in Europe. He's going to absolutely decimate you. And not only will he decimate you, when he's finished with you, he's going to give you an old fucking porky bum wank. What do you think about
that? You guys have a good imagination over there across the pond, I'd say.
Oh, I tell you. No, I'll be honest with you. Are you excited? Are you getting excited now it's getting closer?
I am. I'm really looking forward to it. It's probably one of the biggest profile matches I've had yet. So I'm really looking forward to it. Been to a few world championships, but I've never had a really high profile super match. So this is going to be a good one.
When were your first world championships, Matt?
I've been to 3 world championships. I went to Bulgaria for my first one. Didn't do so well. And then I went to Hungary for my second one. Finished 9th left hand and 10th right hand. And then I went to Turkey the next year. I was injured left hand. I only pulled right and faced Injin Perzi and finished 16th.
Yeah, so Hungary was 2017. So you've been pulling a good few years now then.
Yeah, I started in March of 2014.
Yeah. Well, where do you stand in your country? Like, whereabouts are you top man at 75s or?
I'd say I'm probably top 5 at 70 kg. There are some guys who can still beat me, but I'm working on that.
Well, aren't we all, buddy? Aren't we all? And with the training, I mean, I see you literally doing videos every single day. you completely block up my feed, and I feel bad if I don't like it nowadays. Would you say that you're more of a weightlifter than an arm wrestler?
No, I think I arm wrestled for 5 years before I even touched a weight to see if it would help.
Yeah. So technically wise, you would say that you got brought up through the proper school of arm wrestling.
Oh yeah, I've been arm wrestling my whole life. I've only just been competing since 2014.
Mm. And are you under the Ottawa Iukas team? Is it that your area?
I've been training with Devin Larrett since I started.
Yeah, well, you're probably not going to get very good, are you, if you're training with Devin, but you'd probably get good at, well, maybe good at cheating, maybe.
I know my way around the table.
And if you was to say what style you emulate, who would you say you emulate out of that, the Ottawa Iukas? Who would we know, like Alan Ford, Evan Burgoyne, Devon, BLM?
Myself.
Oh, so you're a man of your own style. Yeah, I like that, I must admit. And what you're most excited about with this ArmGods? I mean, have you watched any of the other events? Have you seen anything in Wales or Ireland before?
Not really. I don't really watch sports or podcasts much, and usually working or spend time with the kids.
And how old are you?
I got a 15-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 4-year-old.
Oh, cool. And how old are you?
Yeah, they're with me and my wife, yeah.
No, how old are you? Sorry, how old are you?
I'll be 40 in November.
So you're ticking on a bit. Yeah, Ted's like 42, 43 years old. So yeah, it should be a good match of the OAPs. So when you speak in the group, Matt, because I really want to drag this out here. When you speak in the group, you're a lot more vocal. So like you seem like to be a bit more of an absolute arsehole. So why are you coming across as really nice?
Oh, I am a nice guy. It's just easier to be an asshole when you're typing behind a keyboard.
So are you a keyboard warrior?
No.
No. Well, I am. Listen, end of the day, I've decimated most of the Canadian. You know, I have a proud record that I've never lost to a Canadian ever. Right? And I put this down to that. I put it down to like I've also never lost to an American. And you're all pretty much. What are you? The 51st state of America? Is that what it is?
We're our own country.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise yet. So I thought you were ruled by the Yanks. I mean, people told me that you're all liberals as well. Is that true?
We all what?
You're all liberals, and
not really.
Someone asked me to ask you, saying, "Why do you always say A after everything?" Canadians.
Because it sounds better than saying "huh" like an American.
Yeah, but you're American.
We're not American.
Yes, you are. I mean, your beer's absolutely shit. I mean, I can't even name a Canadian beer.
Well, you just did.
What?
Canadian.
What? Is that actually a beer? A Canadian is Canadian beer? Is it really?
Canadian. Awesome Canadian.
Oh, so, come on. I mean, it's better than that Coors Light, what Marcus Thompson drinks. Have you ever come across Marcus?
Even beer. Coors Light's not beer.
Oh, I know. Well, I agree with you. I mean, that's one thing we can agree on. So my partner of ArmGods, Marcus, he's like, how can I put it? The biggest wet fanny of all time, right? He walks around in his little black tight jeans, showing his little ass crack and his winkle picker boots. And he's there drinking his Coors Light, like lifting his finger up. But obviously he's English. See, I'm Irish, you see. I was born in Ireland. I'm a proper Irish man. Where someone like Marcus Thompson, he's an Englishman. Now, I agree. Now, you know, they can't drink, but us Irish, we can. So what I'm saying to you is, Matt, not only are we going to beat you at arm wrestling, we're going to absolutely destroy you into drinking stakes as well.
Probably.
And then when we beat you at the drinking stakes, you're all going to get a pokeball wank. Yeah, I'm assuming you know what a pokeball wank is now.
I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
For fuck's sake, hang on. Oh, we've got another Canadian coming in. Hang on, we got another Canadian. Let me just check this camera. You have a chat with him for 2 seconds. Let me just sort this camera out. Fuck, you know.
Hey, losers. Not you, Matt. That other guy.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds, John.
No, I don't think I will.
Well, can you still hear me okay?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling like a goddamn tank right now. How dare you put me against the Candyman? Like, what is your idea of what's going to happen? This poor guy is going to retire. He's only 2 years into his career. Worst match ever.
And what's that?
The Candyman. I'm going to murder him.
Well, you couldn't. Fuck off, John, with your bullshit. You absolutely should.
He goes on Beerman's show on the show, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to top roll you." What? What? No, you're not, Candyman. He's not. You know it. I know it. Matt knows it. The whole civilized world knows it. But the Candyman is not a part of that, apparently.
Well, the Candyman can. And let's be completely honest with you, John. You don't necessarily have any notable wins for the last 10 years.
I don't have enough wins?
Yeah, notable wins, no.
Well, that's because I only face the worst guys. That's why they call me the Gutter King.
Well, yeah. I mean,
look at me, Paul. I am on the treadmill trying to get weaker, so it'll be a good match.
Well, I don't think you need to get much weaker, John, but what have we been up to?
Ben, honestly,
Hang on, let me stop you. Apart from going on the fix like that, Mr. Pickup, Mr. Pickup,
I'm just trying to get on there at the same time as Engen, that's all.
Yeah, fuck off. You're Engen's best friend.
Of course, I love Engen. He's uniting the sport. He's uniting everyone.
Give me actual genuine thoughts on that, John.
On the contracts? My thoughts on the contracts are that it's probably good for the pullers who get them. It's good for guys like me who will get more work because other promotions can't get the top guys anymore. My only problem with the whole thing is that they're like, remember when arm wrestling was on fire 5 years ago because of contracts? Well, guess what? We've got a solution. Contracts. What? Like, don't tell me that you're uniting arm wrestling. Just say, hey, we're the two biggest things going. We're the Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. The mega powers are colliding and we're taking this shit over. I would respect them if they did that, but no. They got to like tuck us all into bed, tell us a good night story, and try to pat us on the bottom a little bit with a nice fairy tale about uniting the sport. Get out of here with that.
See, are you privy to a thingy yet? Are you privy to a contract? Have you seen or heard what might be involved in it?
I've heard some numbers, but nothing confirmed. All like second, third person, so I can't really say. I've heard they're good. I've heard they're good numbers, but I can't confirm anything. I would assume they'd have to be to lock guys down at this point.
I feel like
And do we actually know who's been locked down? I mean, I know we talk Todd Hutchins, but do we know anybody else at all?
There's rumors from about Bortolato. There was a little bit of conflicting information because he had to pull out of the Knuckles Up event this weekend. Yeah. He said it was for injury, but there was some question there. I'm trying to think of if there's anybody else I've really heard about. I don't know. I'm assuming that a lot of people have been reached out to, but again, hey, get your money, boys, get your money. But just remember, when ArmGods ascends, you're going to be stuck in a contract. When any other league comes along, hey, guess what? Uncle John is a free agent. Uncle John is ready to be the stunt cock. Okay, we're here. We're waiting. So for me, like, if I just take myself out of the perspective of a fan, yeah, do it. It's only good for me. It's only good for me. As a fan, very worried.
Right. So I put to you is, are the only people that are whinging, the only people that are moaning, are the ones who are not going to get a contract anyway? Do you think that could be true?
Possibly, but like, if you just think about it, it's just removing the best. They're only taking the best guys, right? They're only going to take the guys that are at that elite level. So if you don't get the contract, just take yourself and offer yourself up to any of the other number of promotions that can get you over, right? Like, it's not the end of the line. It's just another permutation of arm wrestling. Paul, you were there through the whole WAL saga. We all saw that bullshit, where that was like the first time contracts were really, really tried. And people didn't understand, and like, there was likeness rights and all that stuff. So if we find out that the new contracts are giving away the likeness rights, I think that's a terrible idea. But I don't have any confirmation on that whatsoever.
Yeah. See, I stand on, I don't know, I've been arguing with myself left, right, and centre. So as an athlete, the numbers being thrown around, Todd Hutchins, 50K, I'm not quite sure over what time frame that is.
Yeah.
But you can't blame him for locking himself down to 50K.
No.
And you couldn't blame anybody, See, the rumour has it, it's meant to be millions that they're signing over. Not thousands, millions. Now, if that's the case, I would love to see where this money's coming back from, because everything I hear is that the pay-per-views are breaking even or not breaking even at all. So where's this endless pot of money?
I would be far too afraid to follow the money. I don't want anything to do with it. Way too afraid. If anybody else has more balls, you go and follow that paper trail, but it ain't going to be me, because I have a bad feeling there ain't no pot of gold at the end of that one.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Engin does have something when he said that, he's WAL, they had the North Americans, and obviously Igor at the time, he had the Europeans, but he's got them all now under that East versus West banner. And I mean, obviously, I'm head of a promotion, but I'm not overly worried about him monopolizing all these guys. I'm not really that arsed at all, because the truth is that we've reached out to a couple of the I guys, and they just they turn us down, like, not in a nice way, should I say? And that's fine, because where the bread's buttered. It's obviously with East versus West, the king of the table. But I look at it as being a massive pot. They can bring in 50 people, but we've got guys on our card that no one really knows of outside of the UK and Ireland or outside of Canada. And I think that over a period of time, give it take a year or two, that the people are going to follow these smaller promotions, Knuckles Up, I5, ArmGods, AWE, etc. You know, and I think that we're going to be in a lot better position because of that. I mean, I'm not really asked where these top 30, 40 guys go in arm wrestle. I don't care. I mean, I really don't care. As a fan, of course, I really want to see it. But actually building arm wrestling, they're not going to build arm wrestling because they ain't getting the bums on seats. And there's only one promotion that really does that right now. Genuinely paid, and that's us. And we've had no superstars on. Me and Evan are not superstars. You know, we've had no major arm wrestling star on our show. But what we do is we create a place where people want to come and have fun. People in Wales are wanting us to go and do a show next couple of months, but we're already booked up because what's happening with us is we've got expos coming onto us all the time. We've got other places wanting us to do exhibitions and different things. And what we're finding is that because we're giving all the other arm wrestlers a chance, like the up and coming guys, that they're also being loyal to us and finding us bits of work everywhere. And that's promoting us even more. Carlingford in Ireland wanted us in November as well as March next year, but we just can't do it. Obviously, we're getting everywhere. And I think picking the smaller people, having the smaller guys like, no offense, Matt Smith and James Stewart, who not many people know about, you know, they have their own little following as well, and they have their own little niche, and that's what we're tapping into, and that's what's going to build arm wrestling.
There's nothing more powerful. There's nothing more powerful than being able to control a crowd, and that's one thing that King of the Table and East versus West have not grasped at this point, or they have not attempted it. And if we get guys that can control a crowd, and we can show people that crowd going balls out, now you got something.
Yeah, I completely agree. And that's a big route of where we're going down on that live arm wrestling route. And we're going to make it no matter what. We're going to make it the next Darts. We're going to make it into like a Sky Sports or whatever it takes. We will take it that far because me and Marcus, we don't have a plan of, you know, just 3 months or we're not just gambling. You know, we're years in front of where we want to be in our mind. We have a battle plan. We understand that we're a small organisation and it's going to take a lot more for us to get noticed. We don't have the luxury of like having all these big superstars coming on and giving us 5,000 memberships. You know, we don't have that. We're building from the ground up, but we build little acorns, and from little acorns, big trees grow. And by doing things like the UK versus Canada, the UK versus America and Australia and involving in Commonwealth Championships and these things that no one's ever done before in arm wrestling, this takes us into an entire new entity. Like we've already got for next year, the winner of the BLM Commonwealth belt match, we've already got it booked for next March for Calvin Patras to come over from Malaysia, who's the Malaysian top guy, to come and pull the Commonwealth belt. Yeah, Calvin Petras. No one's ever heard of him. But in his own country, he's got thousands and thousands of followers, and he brings another country that potentially can explode ArmGods. As all them Commonwealth countries can. Jamaica, there's umpteen African countries, India, Pakistan, all these things that can be tapped into to make arm wrestling bigger. And let's be honest, I mean, if we ever get into China and anything like that, then we're tapping into 1 billion people, you know?
Word of mouth is always the best advertisement.
Yeah. I guarantee you this, Matt. When you come to ArmGods in Canada, you're going to walk in and it's going to be the moodiest place you've ever been and the best place you've ever been. Because when you get there, it will be in a cauldron. You will be in a boiling pot. And everyone will tell you straight, when there's nothing like being on the front row of that because you're so close to the people. There's no barriers. You've literally having your arm rubbed at the side of someone who's just paid $60 for watcher. You know, it's intense, but it just builds to the atmosphere and the crowd and nuts. And this is the thing. Someone made a comment the other day about ArmGods are trying to take arm wrestling back to the dark ages and put it in the bars. Well, I'm not being funny, guys. Pretty much every one of us started in a bar of some sort, right? And there was the best atmosphere. Why? Because you had alcohol-fueled people loving entertainment, and them are the guys that get behind you. Look at Dirts. Dirts was done in a ballroom in front of 50 people, boring, miserable Dirts. But no, it's not. It's now got thousands and thousands of people watching it. Any there just to watch the Dirts? Some people, not necessarily all of them, but what they are doing is drinking, having a good time, having a sing-along, being with their friends. And they're casual fans, right? And casual fans is the world. Casual fans is literally the world. Purist fans is a couple of 100,000 people. So do we pigeonhole it to 200,000 people and just everyone fight for a few pay-per-views and a few stars? Or do we give it to the world? Do we aim to get it out to the world and have an opportunity of taking on 7 billion people? And that's where the money's going to be. And if you get them people in the crowd and you can electrify it, then the world's our oyster, in my opinion.
Hey, Evan.
Yeah, buddy.
John Milne's going to whip your ass.
John Milne whipped my ass?
Yeah, he's going to whip your ass.
Oh, fuck. What do I do now?
Then you watch a show. I sent you the link.
What show?
My show.
When?
Yeah, I called John Milne up the other day, and I was like, John, you want to come on the show? He's like, yeah, no problem. And then he was telling me that you called him on the left arm.
That I what?
You called him out on the left arm.
Party.
Look, I drink an awful lot. That may or may not have happened.
That's true.
Well,
That's true.
I'm going to jump here. That's another Canadian I've beaten up. 2011 or something like that. I think John Milne come over to Trafford Centre. And he went to the sword. Bang. See you later. So that's a pretty good Canadian connection there, Matt, isn't it? What do you reckon? I've battered all the Canucks. All of them. But
Yeah.
no North American can beat me. Nobody.
What an idiot. How do you expect anybody to take you seriously when you say stupid fucking shit like that?
Come on, prove it then.
Seriously.
Come to ArmGods and prove it. Devon LeRat, Dave Chaffee, Devon LeRat. It's in the name, isn't it? The Rat. Ratatouille LeRat. Bring him over. He'll get battered as well.
Right. See, I can't even have a serious discussion with you when you're fucking that stupid.
Yeah, you go and get piped off, Evan, by girl number 6.
Literally,
Anyway, Paul.
you can't.
Hang on, James Stewart in the house. He's the one who's going to smack pork chop to the pad. How are we doing, James?
Feeling good, yeah, feeling good. Thanks for the opportunity, Paulie. Gents.
No, mate, no, honestly. I can't wait.
Paul gives out a lot of opportunities. Like he's given Candyman the opportunity to come and get embarrassed in Canada.
Yeah, but I'm not Candyman though, am I? So I'm feeling pretty.
You're not a bum.
No, I'm there to arm wrestle first, to be honest. Just want to do the job and win. That's the left arm was feeling pretty good. Like,
I mean, say that pork chop did look pretty terrible the other weekend. He got whooped by Artem.
he seems like a nice guy, eh? So it's hard to trash talk, eh? But I just think I'm too big. How big are you? How big are you? What's your size and height? 150 kilos, 6'6", 6'7".
Oh, you're 6'6". Oh, okay, I take it all back. Take it all. That guy's enormous.
So I think it's just going to come down to lever length and me just applying pronation. Unless he's got a good press, I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah, we got 5'6" versus 6'6". I think it'll be close. I don't know. Porky's fucking strong, man. I mean, you lost him in Daugus, so can't really be too excited for him. Yeah.
But I'm relatively strong, like on both arms, though. So it's not like one arm's like okay and the other one's rubbish. It's pretty close.
Well, Porkchop's left-handed. He's definitely better left than he is right.
Oh, come on with your pork chop. Why is he even called pork chop? Fucking hell. Lamb chop. He's soft. He's a lamb chop. And when 6'7",
Curtis Cameron just seems funny.
listen, 150 kilos, 6'7" of prime British beef. The Claymore, James Stewart, will absolutely decimate and destroy fucking lamb chop. I mean, fuck's sake. I mean, he went to his versus West. He had half a little second match with that other shithouse who broke his arm. He snapped his bicep. He comes to Canada, does his arm again. He goes training. He loses to Alan Ford. He loses to fucking Grippler, and he loses to Rich Luby, or whatever he's called, a brand new guy. I mean, come on, give us a break. What's he going to do against James Stewart? Nothing. Absolute nothing. Nothing.
Well,
in fact, I'm going to say that we.
Jeez, Porkchop sucks.
Listen, we're doing.
Paul.
Good. We're doing a full whitewash, right? Canada, it's an absolute disgrace, the team that you've turned out, in my opinion. An absolute disgrace. It just shows how much that, like, it's going to take this team being absolutely decimated to actually get all the best Canadians out, because I like this Matt, this bloody hippie at top. He's quite a nice guy, but he's going to get absolutely slaughtered. And the Connor Sale's going to do the other one. And then the 85-kilo guys, I mean, fuck, we've never even heard of them. I mean, an Italian, Nicolo Gazzettio, he's about 73 years old. Craig Sanders is going to decimate him. 95 kilos, you've not got a chance. Adrian Popescu and James Wall, they're going to go through you like diarrhea. 105, Evan. There's nowhere on this planet you can even do anything with James Beach. And then Elliot Eccles is going to get hold of that Richard Louis, whatever he's called. And that's not even going to be fun. That's just going to be an absolute fucking dry bumming. And then we move to super heavyweights. We're going to get James Stewart, who's going to be like Oldham Curtis like this, and he's just going to be like trying to get his little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms over to the other side of the table. And then we bring out David Bradford, who's going to absolutely destroy Terrian. And then we get Rob Frampton, who's going to beat Big B, like just beat him off like a naughty red-headed stepchild. And then we have a Mindogas, who we have to wrestle an American to get a decent match, an American-Ukrainian, because we're not going to get a decent match in Canada. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so it's going to be an absolute decimation. I mean, John's not even a Canadian. John's an American.
I'm happy.
But Paul, you know what's interesting about this Canadian team?
Well,
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It is like you sat there and you looked up American arm wrestling team, and then wish.com come up and you went, that'll do. I'll get them cheap and we'll get them over there.
I completely agree, Jake. I mean, this is the only time that me and you are going to be on the same page. But it's an absolute, to be honest with you, when you look at the list of the people and you see Canada doing anything with Team UK and Ireland, be honest.
No.
It's an embarrassment. I can't wait. It's like the best of the best. We're all going to come off the airport with all like our black belts on, and they're stood there, they're like with little white belts there. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, look at what
would have taken
the top corner there. Finishing on the scale, you get the again. Fucking hell. Who the fucking hell's that guy stood at top there? He doesn't say nothing. It's like some smelly hippie.
Well, you know, it's coming around the corner. So I think Team UK are just going to take it all. I mean, I jumped in and you were talking about the match with James Stewart and Curtis Cameron. I mean, that match should be called off because you can't trust a bloke with two first names, and you got fucking two of them head to head together. Cancel that match. That's disgusting.
Is Uncle John riding up for Candyman because he looks slightly hamster cheeked, doesn't he?
Well, before every Maximum Bang Monday, Uncle John and I, right before it hits one, we both inject right into our neck, and it just says roids on the needle, like a plain labeled can of drink. It's just roids. And we both go, Johnny, you ready for the show? Yeah. Like that.
It's like Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff.
Now, you know what? I would have believed that if you just said it with James Stewart and Uncle John. But the fact that you mentioned it in that sentence, and you look like a white Biafran, I mean, you can stay. You're right. I've never seen anyone with a neck thinner than me, and you've got it, Jake. Have you seen it? Them little springs up back of a door that wobble about like that.
Hey, Paul, ready?
Or them like Incas that really stretch the neck out like that and they just fucking wobble around.
I'd make a good bubblehead toy. It'd be like life size.
Hey, Jake's the most brave one in this whole chat. He just interviewed Igor yesterday.
Oh boy, you should have seen that. Oh, straight after that interview came, you would have thought I was a hot girl that just changed my relationship status back to single. My DMs were flooded all the way from the tippy top. Everyone was diving in there, and I was just like, oh, wow. I was like, just show me on the door show me on the doll where Igor hurt you. And it's like, they didn't even watch the interview. It was quite funny.
I must admit, I caught some of it. I just couldn't do with that fucking translator. Igor, I was sat there, and like Igor would say something, but he's the only translator in the world that doesn't abbreviate what's just been told. He said everything word for word, didn't he? To be fair,
he reads the comments too much, because sometimes he started abbreviating. Then he'd be Mr. 10% and add his own on there. And then he's just like, no, everyone's cracking it. So he just says everything Igor says. And all you need for an Igor interview is like 3 questions and your hour's sorted.
No, but I'm quite excited that Igor's throwing his hat in the ring, because everyone thought the Don was gone, and he's not gone. He's coming back, and, you know, rightly or wrongly, he spent 20 odd years in arm wrestling, putting on some amazing shows, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Really excited.
I just love it when someone throws a spanner in the works, and the timing of the Igor interview couldn't have been better for me. Couldn't have been better with contracts and everything. And I just went, oh, hey everyone, got the originator on the show. It was really nice to me. I got along with him. We've messaged each other every day since. I quite liked him.
Yeah, I did some work with him, didn't I, for a couple of years before COVID, and I was doing the commentary, and I got hosted into the MCing once in China because Anders Axlow couldn't make it. And they bang on, man. They bang on with the money. They bang on where they treat you, the flights. It was brilliant. You know what I mean? It was very professional. And yeah, albeit the arm wrestling for me, it was a bit backdated. It was too waffy. I think that they could have made things more exciting, and I think he probably knows that now. So they're going to go down a bit of a different route. Whether or not it's too late or not, whether or not they still have the relationships with the people that they had where they can bring in some of these Eastern Europeans, I don't know. But if anyone can, it's Igor that can do it. And I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm excited about it all. I mean, I love the fact that the world's in uproar over arm wrestling, because I just sat back, me and Marcus, just chilling with a beer, just watching the world go by. And I love the fact that everyone's just like frantic. I mean, these contracts would have never come about if it wasn't for this I-5 guy. No way. They wouldn't have come about yet. Because when they threw the hat into the ring, the guys at Knuckles Up I-5, whatever you're calling them, they were thinking, weren't they? They were like doing boom. They weren't like easing it in, just having 1 or 2 stars. They went in and they got them all. And that obviously scared car sports to death, didn't it? And that's why I think the things was like rushed afterwards, and that's why they couldn't give a straight answer immediately with the interviews and stuff like that, you know. But What's your thoughts, Jake? Have you been offered a contract from Core Sports yet for King of the Table or anything?
Wow. The problem is I've been offered 5 contracts. Mate, I got tendonitis in my wrist signing everything, and the fucking dollars are stacked up. I don't even have a desk chair anymore. I'm just sitting on fat stacks of cash. No, there's no, I spoke with Don Andres the other day. Commentators won't be offered contracts.
You won't.
No.
And you like, we all know obviously Neil Pickup's got a lot to do with like whispering Engin's ear, no matter what anyone says. You know my thoughts on that. Do you think you might get your nose pushed out at all, or do you think that?
Probably. I don't know. I have a great relationship with Don Andres. We've been on the phone multiple times since the contracts come out. We had a verbal gentleman's agreement, so I'm on for the next 2 King of the Tables. I may have to pull out of the December one though, because we're having a baby in December, so I don't really want to be called. Yeah, thank you. Don't want to be calling the action, and then my wife texts me, saying, "Oh, baby's born." I'll be devastated. So yeah, so as of this year, I'm fine. Of course, when things happen, you always have your doubts, and I'll have your doubts, but I do think they will want to keep the teams different. Now, I might be shunned out, and, if John Brezink and Michael Todd do really well, they might, take my spot, because you always want to hear from world champions, but I don't, but only time will tell. I'm not that bothered if I am. I love going to King of the Table. It's a lot of fun going there, but with everything else going on in the world, with arm wrestling and behind the scenes here, if it happens, it happens. And then, we all know the real meaning behind it all.
Well, I don't know, so explain.
Well, we know that the politics have been played to get rid of me.
I'm not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm not aware of that. I really don't understand. I'm not been made aware of it. I really haven't.
Oh, okay. I'll have to talk to you beyond camera, because I can't divulge too much now. Because the conversation with Don went pretty well.
Yeah.
Not 100% how we wanted it to go, but it went pretty well. But one day we'll have a beer off camera, and I'll give you the heads up.
Right, yeah, because I wasn't aware of that, Jake, and that's straight up. That I'm not trying to fish for stuff. I'm being straight on. Yeah. So Matt, I would bring someone like you in now, Matt. So from an aspiring arm wrestler who wants to become an elite arm wrestler, what are you thinking that these contracts are a good thing or a bad thing, or what? What are you thinking?
I've always been the opinion of, I want to pull wherever the hell I want to pull. I don't want to be tied down to anything. Like when WAF started banning people for going to the IFA and stuff, it really turned me off. I like the option, like I'm not contracted. I'm not paid to go anywhere. I pull wherever I want. I pay out of my own pocket. But I don't like the idea of being told what to do. But
Yeah.
the money, it costs, right? It all depends what's in the contract. If it's good for the person who was offered the contract, I really can't speak on the subject because I wasn't offered a contract and I don't know what's in them.
Well, yeah, I agree there. Touch on a few comments here. Igor was on Paul's channel for an interview as well. That must have been Paul Lynn. Big Us 22. Have I had a breakup with Neil Pickup? Yeah, that broke up a long time ago, buddy, because he's an absolute tosser. Basically, he's an absolute tosser. And he'll always be a tosser. And I don't even want to give him any airtime, but yeah, he's a tosser. And he's definitely one whispering in Engin's ear, doing all this stuff to all these stars. Because one thing that really, I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore about it. One thing that really pissed me off, Jake, like really pissed me off, was the fact that AWE were being persecuted, right? And now, don't get me wrong, I like the guys at AWE, and I like Ryan Bowen. I've got a soft spot for Ryan, but they persecuted them, and that was all right. Whatever, it is what it is. Stand up, you men, deal with it. But the fact that they ruined this Knuckles Up tournament, which they did, let's be honest, because they got into Gabby, but they went through the WAF route. No, that's fucking underhanded. That's underhanded. And you've got to be a right fucking arsehole to do that, right? Because then you're playing games with people. Then you're starting to take the piss. And then you say, oh, well, it's okay for the Stars to work on with Neil Pickup at ArmWars and Michael Todd at the Monster Factory. What, just because they're two influential people, or they're two people what might be talking in your ear? Now, let's get one thing fucking straight, right? And I do apologise for my language, but let's get one thing straight. The argument was, well, they do a lot for arm wrestling. So does everybody else. So does everybody else. There's not just them guys what have been involved in sport for 20, 30 years. And it's not just them what have put stuff on for themselves. Because let me tell you, Neil Pickup does nothing for anybody else. He let fucking UK arm wrestling die. Fact. He let it go down from 200 people at Nationals down to 30 people in 2018. Why? Because he's a selfish tosser who wanted to build all his own stuff. I made a poem. People say, what was your poem about? About jumping ship. Well, that's Neil. Of course it's Neil. Neil jumps ship because when one's sinking, he goes PAL. He had it with PAL. And then he should have been going on Eurosport with PAL. And then Neil took the Eurosport, did his own thing, and everything was going well for ArmWars. He fucked off PAL. And then when ArmWars weren't doing that well and UAL come about, he jumped to UAL. But then as soon as UAL started to falter and WAL were going up, he jumped on ship to WAL. And it's so on and so on and so on. So he don't care about what was happening at home domestically, cared about his own pullers. I mean, look at ArmWars now. James Wall, Elliot Eccles, Tom Holland, Jason Hill, and what? Ari Lau. So we have 5 pullers at UK. What about asking the other 305 pullers around the UK and Ireland? What about giving them a shot? Oh, that's right. That's right. You don't care about them because they won't give you any numbers. Because if they go on there and you put it on a Friday night, they'll get about 20 views. So what? Build your pullers. That's what you want to do. So that's why me and Neil fall out, because he does not care about what happens in UK and Ireland arm wrestling, because he just does not bother, because he's selfish and he'll always be selfish and he'll always look after himself in that respect. So there you go. And I don't. I look after everything. I give everything away back to the pullers. Hence, we're giving over £8,000 in flights to our own guys, our members. Who else is giving £8 grand away their own money? Huh? Who else is doing it? Nobody. We go out and we do little jobs where we raise a couple of quid here, a couple of quid there. Do we put it in our pocket? No, we could do, but we don't. We give it away to people like James Stewart. We give it to people like James Wall and all the rest of the guys what come and qualify. So fuck you, Neil. And that's why we fell out. So now you know, pal. Sorry about that, guys.
There you go.
I've heard it all before. Well, I got what I was going to say. Every time I come on, you seem to bring up this story. I thought we were talking about ArmGods Canada, we're having a laugh, and then you just can't help yourself.
No, I can't help myself, Jake, because I sit there and I hide away in the shadows. I'm not afraid of saying what I have to say because it's not right. Like, you can't say you're letting one organisation be part of it because what? He's your MC? Because what? Because there's times when Engin has questioned Neil's loyalty to anybody. There's times when they've not really liked each other. So what is it now? Just because they're all pissing in the same pot? Come on. There's like ArmWars is doing this massive thing, this massive service for the arm wrestling world. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not. Do something for Neil and James Statham. And James Statham's a fucking cretin as well, while I'm at it. He's an absolute fucking cretin. And I'll tell you why. My partner, my business partner, Marcus, one of the most fucking generous men I know, and Jake can back me up on that, right? One of the most generous men I know, help them out. He give them thousands of fucking pounds towards ArmWars for get that live show on, what they had a couple of years ago in Manchester where Bowen beat Stoiker and They had it. He gave them thousands of pounds, right? And it come to it. And obviously, everyone knows that I can't edit. I'm absolutely terrible at editing, right? So I said to James, I said, if you can give us any help, then we'd love a little bit of help doing camera work. I said, we'll pay you, no problem. Yeah, like, come over to. And then it was umming and ahhing. And I really thought it was going to say yeah. I thought, yeah, you know what? He's going to say yeah, because if he's not going to do it for me, surely he'll do it for Marcus, someone who's helped him out, right? And then you would come back with a text this fucking long, right? And he said, oh, I can't really help you because it's a conflict of interest. So for you helping ArmGods helping us or vice versa, it's a conflict of interest. So you tell me who made that divide. Was it Paul Maiden or was it ArmGods? Because it wasn't me. They made the divide because it was a conflict of interest to them. Why? Because we're an uprising new promotion in UK what just wants to do well. We're not. So he didn't want to help us. So you don't want to help me. Help Marcus then, because he's helped you out. He's helped build you up, give you 10 grand or whatever he give you. But no, you don't appreciate that. And I'll tell you another fucking story why I'm at it as well, which is fucking fact. And get this one. So Marcus were paying the £100 a month membership to ArmGods, right? Which you get nothing but a fucking piece of toast or something like that, right? So he was paying that £100 membership. One day, his direct debit didn't go out. You know what he did? James rung on the phone and says, text him. He says, I'm really sorry to lose you. And Marcus went, what do you mean fucking lose me? Oh, well, your money's not going out. Oh, what? So because his direct debit bounced or whatever happened, it didn't go out for whatever reason, you text him, sorry to lose you. Are you that desperate for the 100 fucking quid? Now, what shows? Who wants to do it for themselves? Who's in it for themselves? And who wants to give back? There you go. And there's other stuff, but I can't be earth, guys. I'm really sorry for ranting, but it's got on my fucking nerves when people tell me that.
Tune in next week where you'll hear the same stories again from Paul Maiden. It'll be like this. Paul Maiden, well, welcome to the show, mate. Welcome to ArmGods. How's your day going? Fucking hell, was it? Fucking that pickup cretin. Fucking hell. I'm like, Paul, mate, I was just asking how you going. How are the kids? Oh, fucking that pickup. Oh, fucking hell.
It's those test
you know what? Like, it's just one of them, innit, but it's just one of them. And I know it's like there's a lot of people do stuff for arm wrestling. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the, doing it at like on a 50,000 sub level or whatever you're on. You know, these guys that have been coaching people, for 20, 30 years and never accepted a penny and just love arm wrestling. And, what about them guys if they have a promotion or some? I mean, how can you pick and choose? It's just friendships or acquaintances what are getting the benefits from it. And it's fucking wrong, man. It really is. It's all wrong. And, if there's contracts going out and people can make millions, good on you guys. Sign those contracts. I don't care. But don't exclude people. Don't come out with the bullshit of it's WAF. If you don't assign with WAF, then you can't be part of East versus West. I mean, before James Wall went over, he pulled at EFA. Before James Wall meant be going over to East versus West. I don't think he ended up signing it, but they were saying you have to sign away, like you have to sign a form to say that you're going to renounce EFA and come back to WAF. Why? For what? You know what I mean? Just like let it go. I mean, how can East versus West put themselves to WAF? Because they don't do drug testing. So as again, I said on the video, you're having 20 mutants, 30 mutants walking around undrug tested. And then when you're questioned about being drug tested, it's like, oh, well, if you want to go to drug testing, go to WAF. But hang on, WAF said to EFA that the only reason that people weren't in good standing is because the drug testing weren't good enough. But yet there's no drug testing in that. It's just fucking mutants walking around like fucking Toxic Avenger. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, hello.
Did Michael Todd know when that EFA in America? Like they allowed TRT and stuff like that. I'm sure it was EFA one. And
I think that was EFA run, or was that USDA?
Hang on, sorry. Carl, sorry, bud, but we can't. I'd have loved to talk Adrian, and I wanted Adrian to pull a match over in Ireland, in Canada, but Adrian couldn't pull a match in Canada because he was going to the Worlds, and then we can't give him the Commonwealth belt because he's Southern Irish and not British, so we can't give a Commonwealth belt, but we was going to look at giving him the international belt. So yeah, that's where that was scout. Sorry, guys. Touch on that again, Stuart, James.
No, it was just because Michael Todd and Kamali, is that his name? They've both won what IFA and everything's been fine.
Yeah, it's if your face fits, but it's just if your face fits, then you're okay. If it doesn't fit, then you're not okay. It's bullshit politics. It's like, you know, like James Wall, one of my closest friends in arm wrestling, and I've got others, but they pull on arm wars. I don't care. I never said to James, don't pull it. I give him advice what to do. He's pulling and this, that, and other. You know, like Carl Hutchinson's going pulling at East versus West. You know, I wish all these guys the best. If they come and pull for us, they pull for us. If they don't, they don't. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to try and control or manufacture a guy's career. And people can tell me in chat if I do, but I don't. Like I want the best for the arm wrestler. You know what I mean? And if that means signing a contract, then so be it. But then also, I don't want to be told who can pull this and who can pull that, and then you start persecuting people because you've got a fallout. Because I stick to my guns. There's no way on this earth that Engin Terzic fell out with Ryan Bowen all this time because of that stupid commentary when he met up with you, Jake. He'd fallen out with you, and then you made up. Engin's fell out with multiple people and made up. There's only one reason why Ryan Bowen's been persecuted, and we all know that who it is, and that's that, because they're not friends and they'll probably never be friends. So that can't be fixed because that went too deep. You know what I mean? So end of the day, we all know. But then you've got two other top guys there. You've got Hollywood Matt Conley and that Dave Stockbridge, and then them two guys have done nothing wrong, but yet their organisation is being punished. You know, they've done nothing wrong, like nothing. So why punish them? Like, it doesn't make sense. There's so many contradictions. It's stupid. And I don't understand why it's happening. Like, it doesn't need to happen. If you need to give them contracts, then give them contracts. That's fine. Go along that route. That's okay. But let's not have all the other clouded bullshit in between.
Yeah, my understanding with the contracts is a lot of them are only signed to the right arm. They can pull left arm anywhere. And if they want a right arm match, then they have to seek like permission, because they've now invested in Paul Maiden's right arm. And then if you go pull at ArmGods and hurt yourself, well, you know, because I can't remember the injury clause in them. I'm just trying to think what Michael Todd was saying on his show. And someone else was mentioning as well, can't remember. But yeah, that's my understanding of it. So hopefully we still see these athletes go to AWE and things like that, even if it's for a left arm banger. I would try and book a couple of them for a left arm match if I were AWE, just to test the waters. You know, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you've got to do with things like that, though, Jake, people don't just want the second rate matches, do they? Like the second rate left hand match. You want to see Dave Chaffee's right arm. I don't want to see Dave Chaffee's left hand, do you?
Well, see, I love left-handed matches, but I'm a weird unit. I'm a lunatic.
Yeah, but you're not interested, though. You're not interested in seeing Dave Chaffee's left arm, are you, against Todd Hutchins' left arm? It's just not. You're not going to buy it, are you? I'm not buying that match. I don't care.
No, that's why I can't be. It can't. So for my interest, your main event is why you buy the pay-per-view. The rest of the cards are build up. So if you can get a cheap version of Dave Chaffee to pull left arm, it can't be the main event.
Yeah. Tell me what's going on here.
It's a good opportunity to once again, I know I don't want to call it, they're not lower promotions. We'll call them the other promotions. A good opportunity for the other promotions, if they're willing to take a loss in the next 18 months, is now a great opportunity to build the stars. Like I would be, looking at ArmGods, Knuckles Up. I'd be looking at WAF. I'd be looking at all my local tournaments and go, right, that James Stewart, that Matt Smith, they can go. Right, let's get them second in the card. boys, put on a show. Here we go. This is your moment. And then, holy shit, everyone's like, geez, that Matt Smith can go. James Shield's got 2 first names. Fuck him. But you know what I mean? Like, there's a really good opportunity. I love you, James. There's a really good opportunity for if promotions like ArmGods and AWE, they're the first two that come to mind that will take the hits and run. You know, if an event runs at a loss, they'll keep going. The problem with a lot of promotions is they go all in on the first one. They go all in and we didn't make a profit. All right, we tried. See you later. And that's an underlying problem. So we want to make new stars because, you know, Devin can't pull forever. He looks like he can, but he can't pull forever. So we need the next star coming through.
Yeah, we do. And on that, Jake, I'm going to say good night and let you get ready for Maximum Bang Monday.
Beauty.
So, guys, obviously, most of the guys that watch us all watch Jake. So, head over to the Maximum Bang Monday. Him and Uncle John will be getting themselves ready. You'll be going to do, and I'm sure they'll have some nice photographs of people. I'll try and pop on myself, Jake, in the next 50 minutes or so. I'm probably going to get a phone call off Marcus after this chat and get bollocked for ranting.
Yeah, I'll probably get a message from Marcus. Why did you let Paul bang on like that?
The thing is,
what's this? Marcus. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Yeah, peanut, isn't he? No.
But the thing is, I know that Marcus would never do that with me. He just leads me to it because I know how he feels and I know how he is, and we're on the same page. So yeah. So guys, listen, Matt Smith. I know I rip you, but I can't even rip you. I think you're a super nice guy. I wish you all the best in Canada, mate. I really do. Yeah, I like all your videos you put on. You're a gentleman and a scholar, and the only Canadian that I actually quite like. So thank you for coming on, James. I know you've not really had to say much, but I'm sure we'll speak in private. I'm going to let these lovely people go. Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys, and being patient. I do apologise for the rant. But sometimes you just got to vent.
Rants are good for your health.
Yeah, it is. Okay, guys. So good night. God bless and take care.
Feel